leave that open just in case he wants to drive and kick.
All right, we're on. Okay. Welcome to another episode of Out of Focus. I got actually, you were the first guest I had on Out of Focus.
It was all audio, no visual.
All audio, no visual.
The Lord he's upgraded you.
Well, because the reason why I did that is because it was so much visual going on with the morning show, with you and your show. So I'm like, I can't be on everything. It's like,
no, but you could.
Why?
Because now you have what you was doing 2 years ago. You see, like,
oh yeah, now
people has got 3 and 4.
Shows, different shows with somebody else. Like
three or four different.
Well, now
checks.
I do. I have play by play, which is a sports show.
It's a sports show.
I got Out of Focus, which is talking about arts and entertainment or whatever. And then I want to do a couple more shows with other people.
You were ahead of the curve.
I was, and I was scared of the curve.
Yeah,
that's what stopped me.
At least you honest.
No, seriously. I was like, I can't be everywhere. I can't be seen everywhere doing everything.
But you're media.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You media.
Yeah. And I didn't look at it that way. I'm looking at it as I don't want to be greedy.
Or you just didn't want to be the guy behind every camera.
Well, I didn't.
But like Stephen A got like 5 shows.
He's on NBA
and a
Countdown.
YouTube channel.
He got his own Stephen A. Smith
podcast.
Yeah.
He's
on First Take.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be Stephen A. Because it seemed like after a while, people get tired of it, but I learned that that's not the case.
And it's different audiences for different
audiences
platforms.
for different genres and whatever you're talking to. Because I learned that on TikTok. Like I post my stuff on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook.
Different audiences.
Facebook I really don't care about.
Which is crazy because I thrive on Facebook.
Right. And it depends on the audience. On TikTok, I got almost 13,000 followers.
And I could never get with TikTok.
I get so many views on YouTube. I got a lot. I got 800 and something 40 subscribers.
That's crazy.
Almost 1,000. This is on my personal page.
Yeah. But
then on the 419 Grind page is almost 2,300.
And that's all you.
I mean, that's all stuff that I've branded and put out
all
there.
You.
Yeah, I won't say me because there's other people's faces on there.
That's true, but I mean, the
work
that went behind the scenes.
Yeah. Speaking of behind the scenes, Gospel on the Green started as something that you were thinking of as far as the past, because we had what was the thing that's called
Gospel Fest?
Gospel Fest. My father was instrumental in being a part of that thing. Even if he didn't have anything to do with putting it together, he was always a part of it. Mm-hmm. He was always involved somehow. He always
parents as well
put his hands in there. Yeah. Because that's what he loved, music, especially gospel music.
And that's what we could like go back to, you know, like where we are now.
Oh, yeah,
even though you're much older than me.
I thought about that earlier. I'm like, damn, I'm 10 years older than this.
No, but I've been around. I started young being in those environments. Like Gospel Fest was the 90s for us. Like that was the pivotal thing back then. Like we didn't really have the resources. You know, churches had to come together back then. Yeah. Now it's like a church can live stream and make so much money off their live stream that they don't even have to fellowship. That's crazy, though. Ain't no midnight musicals where everybody gets together. It ain't no.
Those were the things that brought. Like that's how I come to know RC Duke and
from
Courtney
the musicals.
From musicals, I used to go over there, sit by the drummer, sit by the bass players, and all just to see
who's that guy.
Yeah, exactly. Who's this guy? Who's Andre Bishop? Like who's that on the drums?
Cleedale.
Who's Art Bishop? Who's Cleedale? Yeah. So
and the thing is, like, without that, you know, social media is what that was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. Like social media took that over, and it sucks because it's it's not personal. Yeah. It's social.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
It changes the dynamic of how you interact with people.
Now you can know somebody and never met them.
Never met them.
That's crazy.
And then when you see him in person, you're gonna be like, "Hey, what's up?" Like you know this guy. I don't know you. Like somebody. Like, I was picking up some food from Chick-fil-A. My daughter works there, and some dude walked up to me like, "I know you." I was like, "Oh, you do? Like, where you know me from?" He's like, "Yeah, I know you from somewhere. I just can't figure out where." And he went back and got the food, and he came back. He said, 419 Grind.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? He's
That's
like,
crazy.
yeah, I remember y'all show. Yeah, I remember y'all showed that 419 Grind. I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Just from social media, just from being on Facebook. I'm like, wow, that's crazy impact.
But that's what the Gospel Fest was. It was like it was the catalyst of those relationships.
Yeah.
Being able to see those groups, those musicians, the other pastors mingling,
right?
You know, because like I said, now we don't do all of the concerts. You remember church choirs had concerts every year.
Yeah.
Like spring concert.
They had their spring concert. The mass choir concert. The junior choir had their own little thing.
I mean, it was that was the thing, and all of us went to. If somebody had something going on, we all went.
Yeah, because you know at Pinewood Church I grew up in, you know, we had our mass choir, but then we would invite Chris Bird, True Victory, and we would invite St. James mass choir, because we didn't want it just to be us. We want to have some undercards or some openers.
Right, openers.
Some openers for the mass
or
choir.
It was just like, let's bring them in.
Yep.
So we could draw more people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want it to just be our members. They hear our choir every Sunday.
Right.
Let's have some guests come in.
Yep.
Then we put out a flyer.
Mark Williams and the Toledo, I forgot.
Mark had like two or three choirs.
Toledo mass choir, something like that. That was one of them.
And then he had him, Eric Smith, and Dwight had Imani Project with Brian Cook.
Yeah.
And mind you, at the time, I'm 7, 8 years old.
Wow, you remember that?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, because the Imani Project used to sing at the, what was the convention they had every year?
The GMWA. You talking about that one? Or you talking about Latter Rain?
Latter Rain.
Yeah.
So St. James, that was St. James thing.
Latter Rain.
So that was the first experience with the Imani Project.
Latter Rain was the thing.
Man.
Church of God in Christ. Fellowship, big conference. Remember Latter Rain brought like T.D. Jakes.
And what's his name? Hall was his first name?
Ty Hall.
Ty Hall, yep.
Juanita Bynum.
Yeah.
And then we would have those midnight musicals on Friday.
Yep.
Like after service.
After Kirk Franklin was here for one of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
First time I met him, I'm like, this
the
dude
90s,
is really
dude.
5 foot.
The 90s. Think about like all of this. What we're talking about was the 90s.
The 90s, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's been so long since anybody has even thought of putting anything like that together. Like, what made you even come to that thought to say, okay, we need to bring this back?
I just missed that feeling, and I wanted my kids to
experience that,
have that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My kids is like, Gospel on the Green is a big deal to them. Like when we pass Lucas County Fairgrounds, they say, "There go Gospel on the Green."
Wow.
They don't know that that's Lucas County Fairgrounds. They just think like, that's Gospel on the Green. So for me, that's what Portside was. It's like, you know, we all remember Portside as, we don't remember for no other reason besides Gospel Fest.
Gospel Fest, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I wanted this new generation to have something that they can go back and say 20 years from now, man, remember the first time, you know, my dad did Gospel on the Green, and we had so-and-so, and we brought these artists, and you know what I'm saying? So it was that, giving the young people just that feeling that we used to have.
This is year number 4. And I mean, just from watching from afar, it's getting bigger and bigger every year. Not just with the event, but with the artists that you bring in.
Yeah.
I mean, bigger and bigger. You're talking about Fred Hammond, Ty Tribbett, Kiki Shear.
Yeah.
Like, these are big names. And that's just, what, 3? Fred Hammond.
A-list. A-list. A-list.
A few A-list gospel, like top gospel artists. And not just on this side of the country, but in the world.
Yeah.
Like, what, like, how, like, your determination to make it bigger?
The resources. Like, I understand, like, shout out to God, because a lot of us have vision, but we don't have the resources. You know, and sometimes that's what make us give up on certain things. It's because without the resources, they get to a certain point, and then you got to depend on human beings to take it to the next level. And that's even just in business in general. Like, if you start a business, and nobody shows up, after a while, that zeal and that drive that you had on day one,
definitely,
it just keeps, because the struggle be like, how am I going to keep this business flourishing? And then then the struggle sets in, and we don't like struggling.
Right.
So it's easier for us to be like, nah, okay.
Just walk away.
Yeah. But I think the thing with Gospel on the Green is a servant's heart allows us to have the resources to actually to complete the vision. You know?
Yeah.
So without the resources, I mean, we could still do it, but then it's like we only do it, to what level our resources allow.
Right. But this is allowing you to reach the people that you want to reach. This is allowing you to reach the goals that you want to reach.
Yeah.
Not just talking about making money off of the event, but talking about reaching people.
Yeah.
Touching souls, and because a lot of people don't hear this type of gospel music.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't turn on to 95.7 at 9:00 in the morning on Sunday morning. People don't do that.
I don't do it.
Right.
You know?
Right. So now it's like they don't know where to reach out. So this right here is giving them an opportunity to say, okay, and the way you market it is so good to where people who probably haven't been to church in 20 years, people who haven't been to church at all are going to say, I'm going to this, because now we got country hosting a day.
Yeah.
You got DJs out there playing, but they're playing gospel music.
Yeah.
But it's a DJ. It makes it a non-traditional church feel.
Right.
That reaches a certain demographic.
Which is what we need. This is just my personal opinion. This is what we need to reach those people who don't know the traditional church.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Because once we win the soul, then we can kind of share the experiences that got us to where we are.
Right.
But it's like we got to get them first. You know what I'm saying? So,
and you know what? That was my thing with traditional church, is like, we can't keep doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And expect to get different results.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's the definition of insanity.
Yeah.
Like, you can't put out the same message and expect different people to walk in the door.
I think people get it confused when people say God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Like, yeah, he is the same.
Yeah.
But the processes is different.
Right.
The way the gospel can be delivered. It's ways. We have to be creative.
But why is that? Because there's technology.
Absolutely.
There's not just technology evolution. People evolve.
Yeah.
The way people communicate evolves. Yep. So that means you have to change the way you deliver a message. When COVID hit, what did everybody do?
I was going to talk about that. Yeah.
When COVID hit, everybody
had to change.
Got one of these things right here.
Yeah.
It said we got to stream. We got to stream. You know why? Because first of all, the church ain't making no money because nobody's coming to church. So now, and they're not going to just send in their tithes and offerings for no reason.
Yeah. No.
So how can we reach people?
And the crazy thing is, what if COVID? Not saying, I'm just talking about for the church aspect, because everything that happens, it means something to everybody differently.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, for instance, I'll say, for example, if your keyboard break, it's going to hurt you worse than it's going to hurt me because you use it all the time.
Right.
Like, I can use it,
right,
but you use it probably every day.
Yeah.
So it's not going to affect me. So with the church, it's like, COVID, it affected KFC and that world, but it affected the church differently. Right. Now, what did it help? You know what I'm saying? With the church, now you see everybody streaming. With KFC, now you see more DoorDash. Now you see more delivery. Now you see more, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So COVID actually made all business, everything had to, now you can get your groceries picked up or dropped off.
Right.
But
that's been a thing.
But
COVID amplified all these little things.
It made, if you want, this is the thing. This is the key. If you wanted to stay in business, whether you were the church or you were the corner store, you had to adapt and evolve.
Yep.
If you wanted to stay in business.
That's important, though. That's important with the church. Like, for years I used to preach to the church that I was at, like we have to do this, like we have to do things different. Like to me, I was always a forward thinker when it comes to tech. I was always a forward thinker when it comes to graphics and music and all this stuff.
Always ahead of the curve.
I'm like, we have to do this.
Yeah.
In order for us to be successful as a church, we have to run it as a business. Yeah. In order for us to run like a business, we have to bring in certain equipment for us to present ourselves correctly to the audience that we want to bring in.
We have to, and I say this to a lot of, we have to give options. That's one thing that the church didn't do. It was like, if you didn't go to church, you didn't get church.
Right.
We have to give people the option of.
You know why? Because like for me, when I first started working at Jeep, like we were working 7 days a week, like from 5:30 a.m. to
that's crazy
to 4 p.m. So 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, sometimes 6 days if we were lucky. So I couldn't make it to church. Every Sunday because we were working on Sundays, and sometimes most of the time they were volunteer. But if they say we paying you double time on Sunday,
you pulling up.
I'm going to be there. But don't put money before God. Okay, if I have an option to have God and money, I would do that. But I'm not rejecting God because I have to work. But give me an option to say
no, because I mean He gave you that job to
That's something that I prayed for. That's something that my father prayed for.
It's a blessing.
For. Yeah,
it's a blessing.
So I'm like, this is not something against God that I'm doing.
No,
I'm just saying, give me an option to
give you the option.
Let me be able to view church before.
And let's even take it further when we talk about giving. I'm friends with a lot of pastors and different, and if I come to your church and it's time for offering, I how do I give if I don't have cash? Do y'all have a Cash App? Do y'all have credit card? They got apps now where you can get. I pay my tithes, weekly through an app. I don't have to get up and walk around the church.
Do you?
No, I whatever that amount is, I'll just type it into my app.
Yeah, okay.
And it's set up where it goes straight to my.
That's tech.
That goes straight to my church, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I don't have to worry about it. I can pay my tithes even when I'm not at church, or if I'm just unctioned to give on a Tuesday. I can go boom, 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 click.
And sometimes that happens. You can't say, hey, call the church doors open. I need to.
Yeah, I got a seed that I want to sow, and I'm going to drop it in the mailbox.
Now you could just drop it.
So if you take that and you look at Gospel in the Green, I dare not go back and take what our parents and everybody did and not be. I wouldn't do it if we couldn't. Add something to it or make it bigger or make it grow.
Yeah, and
you know what I'm saying?
You have. And I'm looking back at what we had at Gospel Fest, and we have some hitters.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, talk about just the ones here, Rance Allen, Chris Bird.
Yeah.
Just the Ramsey brothers.
Still going, man.
The Brown sisters.
The Gospel Highlights, the Soul Seekers.
Yeah, exactly.
What was the group your dad sung with?
First Creation.
Before them though.
Oh, Encouraged.
That's
Chris Bird.
That's that's before me. Yeah.
Oh, you heard about that?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm
you're a historian.
Yeah, dog. I want to know it all. Like because you know what I like to when I talk to other people and they say, man, your dad used to do. My dad sung with the vocal airs. He sung with the Gospel Highlights. He sung with the New Spiritual Airs. So, my mom was with the Sisters in Christ. My mom was over at Los Salem Choir and she sung with Daryl Shear's ensemble. And you know what I'm saying? So I like to hear stuff like that because these is all still people that I deal with.
Yeah. So that's crazy. Like
they all be like, I remember you when you was a little boy.
I used to get that a lot.
Yeah,
because
and we namesakes,
right? So when I walk into places, people say Jesse Coleman.
Yeah,
I'm like, well, like yeah,
they instantly be like,
yeah,
Jesse was your dad.
I'm like, yeah. Like, how do you know? Like, oh yeah,
they do me the same way.
So that's crazy to me. Like my father was everywhere when it came to like midnight musicals, him playing the saxophone, him being in groups,
and jazz. Your dad that's real popular in the jazz.
He went a whole different level when he started actually embracing that, because when we first started going to church, as kids, and him as a kid, his mother, my grandmother, was like, you cannot play
it's
jazz.
out the window.
You cannot do this. Like that's the devil's music.
Man, I got scorned. I got buked and scorned for doing secular music, bro.
Wow.
Like, listen. But I mean, like, people have to have an understanding of that. Like, if you understand that gospel music is only like 10% of the whole,
right?
Ruler of music, is like, bruh.
And people say that anything outside of gospel music is Satan music. That's
not true.
That's a lie.
Yeah, that's not true
because music, like, I listen to classical music.
Absolutely.
Sometimes I listen to classical music to put me to sleep.
Yeah.
Because it's so soothing.
Mm-hmm.
Is that of the devil? Because I listen to classical music. All. Jazz music is the most soothing music. And it makes you feel good. Yeah. My father got into jazz, and he took it to a level that he didn't think that he could take it to, because he never was allowed to embrace that. Yeah. And once he did,
it was shunned upon.
It was.
But you know what it is like back in the day, and it's not no shade to no like church or none of that, but it's like the church, once they realized that you had a gift, they only wanted you to use it for that particular address.
They say don't prostitute your gift.
Yeah, it's like, you can play the drums. You only gonna play for our church. Yeah. You're only gonna play for our choir. You're only gonna. But it's like having a preacher and saying you only gonna preach at this church.
Yeah, and he's supposed to be an evangelist.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's just like, I forgot what verse this was, but there was three sons who had talents. That God gave them talents. Yeah, I think Jesus said this in the parable. But one son buried his talents. Yeah. Another son went out and sold his talents. Yeah. And the other went out and spread his talents around where he got more. Yeah. And the one who buried his talents is like, why would you bury your talent? That's something that I gave you, that God gave you to use. Yeah. But he buried his talents because he felt that was something that he needed to hold on to. That's what the church wanted us to do. To hold on and bury that talent. Gifts. But no, the reason God gives us these gifts is to spread them around. Yeah. Like, I can't sit here with all this stuff that I have in this room and just and to look at it. Yeah. Like, no, my job is to spread everything that I have. Either it's making music, having conversations with people, doing artwork.
I'm about to give you an offering because you preaching. For real though, it's like, why would he give you these gifts and minimize you to a certain demographic and a certain put parameters on your gift?
Yeah, the church is not meant to be in four walls. Yeah, because if that's the case, then we wouldn't reach anybody. The church wouldn't reach anybody. The job of the church is to go out those four walls and bring people in. It's like, you can't sit there and talk to the same people every Sunday and preach to them. Yeah, no, you tell them what the message is for them to
and what's
bring
crazy
other people in.
Is sometimes the music is what draw them.
No, don't say sometimes. I would say 90% of the time.
I'll let you say
the music because I always had a problem with that.
Yeah,
because when people say we don't need no music, all we need is Jesus.
But Jesus
is the reason why we have these talents. The reason why we have an organ, a keyboard, a drum player,
my
a
pastor
bass player.
Preach on that stuff. And it get deep, bro, because it's like when people went to the temple to give sacrificial offerings, most of them was praise and music and singing and worshiping.
Always singing. And
David was a musician. Exactly. And it's like, if
music
you really
is a very vital, important when it comes to the gospel. Yeah. It's essential, just like the message is. Yeah. That's why when a preacher is preaching, guess what's happening?
It's the music behind.
There's somebody behind him playing.
Yeah.
Either he gonna say, "I don't want that,"
and then now, shout out to artists like Todd Delaney, who's one of those artists that literally take scripture and turn it into music. Psalms 23, or he literally, God gave him the ability to take a scripture and put music behind it, and the words are literally scripture.
Wow.
So that's powerful that people are digesting scripture by just listening to an artist. Yeah. And a lot of times they probably don't even know it. Now you might know Psalms 23, not because you opened the Bible and read it, but because you heard a song.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's us being open-minded to where God want to take us creatively when it comes to music.
Have you seen the movie Sinners?
I have not yet.
Okay, so I don't want to ruin it for you.
I'm not a movie watcher, which is crazy.
Oh, you're not?
Nah.
Wow.
No.
I watch movies like I listen to music.
You know what it is for me? Honestly, it's being sitting. I can't sit still. Like after 30 minutes of sitting,
I know
gotta
somebody
get
like
up.
that.
I gotta get up and do something.
Seriously,
that's me though.
She's
It's
the same
like
way.
I'm
I think
always
it's a Steelers fan type of thing.
It could be.
No, but she's the same way. But she'll sit down and watch a movie though. But most of the time she'll
wife,
get up and walk around.
Get me because like we'll start watching a show and like 30 minutes into the show, I'm like, I'm not interested. Right. Cut it off, or I'll turn over. I'll be on my phone. Like, but it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, but she's the same way. But the movie Sinners, there's a scene to where the guitar player is playing and is saying that it's unctioning spirits from the past, the present, and the future.
Yeah, that's
and
powerful.
That's actually true. That's powerful. Yeah, and it's true.
Yeah, for sure.
When you talking about walking into a church and certain song is playing or certain music is playing, and you've
certain chord structures,
certain notes, you feel something.
Yeah,
and it's not just because it sounds good, but no, that person on the organ is playing.
It completely changes the atmosphere.
It does.
You know, and people they won't acknowledge it, but my pastor will. She knows like a skilled musician is how important,
very important,
it is to your service. Because when it is a shift, that musician has to be able in tune and know, like, and then the musician can shift the atmosphere.
Yeah,
you know, I've been playing with Chris probably 15 years now every week.
Wow,
I'm talking about he knows when to shift. Nobody got to tell him.
Right.
He just know. Yeah. And you can tell because when that shift happen, it changes the room, and then you see a different response, and people get, they get turned up.
That's, right. Exactly.
You know, so
I think that's very, very important. A lot of people don't realize that's what the musician is for.
Yeah.
A lot of people think, oh, they're just accompanying the preacher or just accompanying the choir.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's a vital position in the minister of music.
Man, that's super important.
Who's the minister of music when they talk about the ultimate minister of music in heaven?
They said it was Lucifer.
Right.
I couldn't think of his name. I was about to say Satan.
It was Lucifer though.
Yeah.
He had control of the music. He's the one that was
with the gifts and the talents.
Yeah, with the gifts and talents and telling people
what to play with that responsibility.
Right. So that's a very important role in your church, in your house.
Yeah.
Like that's I say in your house because sometimes you play music to set moods.
Absolutely.
When you're cleaning, you play music.
Yeah.
When you want to go to sleep, you set a certain type of music.
When I'm working because I do a lot of work from home, it's always gospel music.
Yeah.
It's always gospel music.
Right. I have a all-time gospel music playlist.
Yeah.
If I'm driving
I'm
somewhere,
ready to go out with my wife, it's not gospel music.
Right. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. No, we gonna set the tone.
Right.
You know,
a lot of people think there's something wrong with that.
No, man.
Something wrong with choosing R&B music.
It's balance, man. What's life without balance?
Right.
You know, it's like I always tell people like, man, don't get too spiritual to where earthly good. And that's real. It's like it's a balance. Like you can't be too saved to where you can't go sit at a ball game, and the minute they start playing something over the intercom, you just speaking in tongues. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, you just way too you gotta be smart and
come down some.
And the Holy Spirit gives you wisdom. That's what I learned from my pastors.
And a lot of people, I don't want to say fake the funk when it comes to having that unction, because first of all, you're out of place. We're at a gas station, and I'm pumping my gas, and I said I was 10 minutes late, and you trying to, you
didn't start trying to prophesy and lay hands on me at the gas station.
Yeah, don't do that. Or I'm at my aunt's funeral. And you trying to prophesy to me right after I just buried my aunt.
Yeah,
like that happened to me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's insane. And I had my kids with me.
Yeah, I had somebody prophesy to me in a church and was totally wrong.
In church in front of everybody.
No, like walked up on me and whispered in my ear and was totally wrong.
I had that.
This was like recently.
A few times. Oh, really?
Like, yeah. Like I walked into a church. I was just going visiting, sat in the back. I had my kids with me. We chilling. And she like, the Lord told me it's time to give your life to Christ and you need to join this ministry. Because the pastor had opened up the doors of the church. I was like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Wow. She kept pressing. I said, I'm already saved. And I already have a church home. Right. I just came here to visit one of my family members. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Like, yeah, no.
If you, how can you be? How can you be
like,
sorry?
No, you was wrong. You know what I'm saying?
At the same time.
But you probably looked at my appearance because you know I just like this going to church.
Yeah.
You looked at my appearance. I was sitting in the back, and you immediately not knowing like,
right,
this is what I do.
A lot of people do that though. Like I used to, as a kids, you know, we used to dress up for church because they told us if you don't wear a tie, you can't play. You can't play an instrument. Crazy. But after that regime was over,
yeah, man,
you know, I started wearing whatever I wanted to wear to church. I wear a hat to church and sit in the pews up front with a hat on. You know, not out of disrespect.
No, but I know what you're saying.
As a person being comfortable, or sometimes I'm like, oh man, I need to take my hat off.
Yeah,
because I forget.
Your spirit will unction you, though.
Right. My spirit will unction me. I don't need Granny two-time over here to tell me.
And if somebody come in with their hat on, they coming in from the street. It ain't our job to police them.
I'm not going to tell them, hey, man, you got to take your hat off. You can't be in here without no hat.
Or they come in smell like beer or something. Leave them, man. Like, no, as long as they not causing no disruption, leave them.
That was the problem in the old church. It was like somebody always had something to say about somebody.
Yeah, man.
Especially coming off the street. Somebody knew. Like you're supposed to stand up right here. You're supposed to stand up.
Yeah, man.
Like let them be. They will learn over time.
Yeah.
If you keep preaching or I won't say preaching at them. If you keep fussing at them.
A lot of it was tradition.
It was tradition, they would fuss and get mad because people don't know tradition.
And God had to enlighten some of our leaders, and then He had to change some of the guards in order for it to loosen up. Yeah. You know, He had this new swag, I've been saying it, this new swag with Christianity is different.
And you know what? I always thinking about it like this. Like when Jesus went to the Pharisees and he went to their synagogues and they were so uptight and so, you know, they wore the big robes and you know, the hats and stuff, looking like priests and stuff.
Yeah.
Jesus was like, that's not what this is all about. Like it don't matter what you look like on the outside. Like it matters what you look like on the inside. Watch me, Chris Bird,
right,
with Pastor Daryl Shields' monologue. But he said, you know, you can be clean and white, you know, on the outside, but what you look at on the inside is what really matters.
That's what.
Like I don't care
what God's looking at. Yeah,
what you look like on the outside,
and we understand, like. Because we've been in church, we understand there is a time and a place for the robes and for the clergy. We know like consecrations and different moments require that.
Because you want at certain points in time in ministries, there has to be you have to cleanse and sanctify and
it's times where you have to be set apart from the you know, the normal look.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it come with a sense of reverence. Like we know if you see somebody with a robe, 9 times out of 10 they're a priest or they're a leader or they, you know, so the clothing and the different things we know it comes with. That's why I say it's times and places for it.
Right.
We're not knocking it, but in the same sense, it's like you said, somebody come in like off the street with a hat on, like that's cool.
Yeah,
it ain't the end of the world. Like service ain't gonna be no different. The spirit ain't gonna not move because I got my hat on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
and if I'm on the organ with my hat on,
we gotta relax, man.
Yeah, relax. I'm gonna take it off, or if I don't take it off, if the service is going the way it's supposed to be going, let it go.
Yeah, I had a church I was visiting, not here in Toledo, thank God, but they put me off the instrument because I had on earrings.
What?
Mm-hmm. It was an apostolic church.
Apostolic church.
It was an apostolic church in Detroit.
Yeah, they.
I mean, stopped the whole. We setting up, getting ready to hit, and they like, no, it was me and Rashad, and both of us had earrings, and the pastor got up and was like, no, they can't play.
Can't play, or take your earrings off so you
No,
can't
it was they can't play.
Wow, that's
like,
crazy.
Get off the instruments.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's deep.
No, for real, I'm telling you. And I gladly got up. That's why I said, like, man, I've been through so much with this transition where we going now, and I do feel like I kind of feel like my assignment, and I could be wrong, but it's for those people who, because I went through a season where I was throwing events in the clubs and doing different secular events, but it gave me opportunities to have relationships with certain people.
And you learned a lot.
Like with Country and DJ Lou and all of them. And then a lot of my friends, like I said, that would come to these club events. Now it's like you doing a gospel event. And because they just rock with me, they pulling up. And then when they get there, they like, oh, it's lit. Right. You know what I'm saying? Now they learning about artists. They learning about gospel music. They seeing, because it's not, the thing I love the most about the festival is it's not about one church. You don't see hosted by.
That's important too.
Some Baptist or some like, for a reason. Servant's Heart is neutral. It's a company, and it's still, a God-given name, and it's a reason behind the name, because we are servants. I really believe that. Like,
I don't know,
if you're not serving, like, if you're always the one being served, that's a problem.
Yep.
Like, at some point, you got to give. You got to serve. And whether it's serving, your wife or your mother or your, whoever, like,
your kids.
Yeah, like, we servants, man. It's not about us.
And as men, that's what we are.
Yeah.
Like, not just going out and working every day, but like we're servants. Like, we are the protectors. We are the music makers. We are that's the Willy Wonka. No, but we are protectors. We're the ones we're providers and protectors. Those are servants. Those are. I'm not trying to be the HNIC, the head honcho.
And there will be times where we will be served.
Right.
But for the most part, like you said, we servants.
As providers and as a servant, you are putting yourself in a position to be the head of the household.
Yeah.
Because you put yourself in a position to be a servant.
A servant actually is somebody who puts the next person first before them.
Yep, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because there's somebody who put us before.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just passing the buck, really, and like what they say, paying it forward.
Yep.
It's like that's the key. And that's what, like, that's another thing too, is like with Gospel on the Green, I feel like I gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? Because of what God has done in my life personally. I have to find a way to give back solely to, it's like a seed that I sow to the community. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's a big to do. That's a big job. Yeah. You put yourself in a position to serve a lot of people. And that's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Listen, the video I sent you the other day.
Next to blow. Yeah.
That was the first event I've ever thrown. That's the first video thing I've ever did. I learned all that from church.
Yeah.
I learned how to put together programs, put together an event, put together productions from church, because my pastor loved to do video, and I was the video guy up top or on the side, wherever, and did the sound at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, I was that guy. That's how I learned all this stuff. And my father being in studios with Chris Bird
with all these gadgets and all this
so that's
stuff.
how I learned how to do all this stuff. So putting all that together to put that event together, I can only imagine. That was one day. I can only imagine when you're talking about artists who demand certain writers, who demand certain things, who demand certain,
if people
put
knew
yourself in a situation.
If people knew, like, what, this is why I start so early and give myself time. Yeah. Because this is not nothing you can do in 90 days. You can't do this in 60 days.
Right.
I pretty much, after Gospel on the Green happens in the summer, during the fall is when I start planning. I take the winter off.
I was going to ask you, like, what was the time period from the end, the Sunday when it's done, to the time to where you start the next planning phase?
I usually start in the fall.
So maybe like a month or so?
Yeah, like a month but most of the time, like, honestly, when one is done, I'm already kind of
thinking, what's next?
So I always do wrap up meeting a week after the event. How do we think it went? What can we change? How much money did we lose? You know, what can we do differently?
Right.
You know, and I got that idea from the lady at the fairgrounds. After we had the first event there, she was like, all right, we need to get together in a week and talk about everything we could do differently.
Wow.
And I was like, okay. That was the first time I ever did it.
Debriefing.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
And at that particular meeting, it was like maybe 10 days later we met. She called. We sat down. We talked about everything we could do differently. And then from there, I'm like, okay, so I need next year's date. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then I knew, like, I need to get out of July. There's so much that goes on. Because I'm thinking what I want this festival to be is Cincinnati Jazz Festival, which is what kind of we're on our way there now, because now I'm getting vendors from out of town.
Wow.
Out of towners buying tickets, LA, Seattle, Pittsburgh, Michigan. You know, my probably first 300 or 400 tickets that was sold was all out of towners. People calling and saying Georgia. People calling saying where can we stay? Hotels. Where vendors. You know, that's why I've been on my Toledo people, because it's like I mess with y'all, but these people is booking these spots. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can't wait till the 2 weeks before, because it's not gonna be no spots left. You know. So probably 50% of my vendors that I already got booked is people who got Christian apparel lines that's coming from out of town. They go around looking for things to do like this.
Yeah.
You know, so shout out to Facebook and Instagram. When I dropped them ads on Facebook and I'm picking these other cities, I'm not promoting Toledo, because Toledo promote itself.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I started doing that in like March, you know, and then if you go look at my original post, it's like 800 likes on it. And it's like 300 some comments. All the comments is from people out of town.
Wow.
I'm coming. I'm there. Got mine.
That's crazy.
Got mine. Then they're tagging people. Hey, let's go. People inboxing me. Hey, what day is so and so singing? What day is this? So I've been dealing with this since like March or April.
Is any other city doing anything like this? Like in this area?
No, not in this area. Not in this area. What I'm realizing is when you put the word festival on something, it like heightens it. When you say like gospel concert or like, you know what I'm saying? It seems typical.
Yeah.
But then when you say festival, it makes people say, what all do you guys got going on?
Because it's not just a concert. It's not just somebody up there singing. It's not
just it's playing. Other stuff. It's vendors. It's food trucks. So it gives that, you know, where they can come. And then another thing that I like about the fairgrounds is no marked seating, which allows people to kind of come in and you can bring your own tent. You can set your.
So when you talk about seating, is there a sellout period? Is there a sellout like
if
max?
It's 10,000 people?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, because the fairgrounds can hold 10,000 people.
Okay.
Of course, I don't want 10,000 people there. Right. It's nice if 10,000 come.
Yeah, that's a lot though.
But we gonna be unprepared. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I've already upped the security times 3 from last year. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but because I know this year we got 2 days of this. You know what I'm saying? So everything that we was cramming into one day, we split it up in 2 days to kind of give ourselves a little breathing room, give our vendors a little breathing room, people can set up, and it allows us to what we may make in a day, we may make in 2 days to help cover their budget. Because normally we would have all 4 artists on one day.
Okay.
And then we we split it up into 2 days. That way we're not trying to cram all these artists into a 5-hour block.
Right.
And then you leave room for your openers, and then you leave room for your sponsors. You leave room for to add other things to the show, to make it even more of a good feel. So we turn it into a weekend. I kind of get my idea from Jazz Fest. You know, Jazz Fest is Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Right.
So it's like we'll probably eventually get to where we got 3 days of. But Sunday will always be our big day, you know, where we have our super headliner, which is this year's Ty Tribbett. And it's like I said, I start in like, we do our wrap-up meeting. I'll probably take like a month and a half, 2 months off, and then I get right back thinking about next year, probably like October. I always have my artist booked by January. You know what I'm saying? I'm always by January going into whatever that year is. I know who's coming already.
Wow.
Yeah, we had to do a little switching up this year, which is cool.
Yeah.
But I had Ty Tribbett. I booked him first. I knew, and then I booked everybody else around with the budget left after we locked him in.
Wow.
You know,
I mean that's a big job.
Yeah, and that's why I don't do no other events.
I see.
People be like, "You doing?" I'll be like, "Listen,
that's crazy.
all my time is because this thing takes 6 to 8 months to roll out."
Wow, and imagine trying to do 2 or 3 of these in 1 year. It's not possible. You have to have.
I wouldn't be able to do nothing else.
That'll be your job.
Yeah, my company would not.
Yeah, you have to have that. That'll be you have an entertainment company
because like you gotta think we dropped the first we dropped the first flyer in February. That's 6 months before August. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So and then promo is a 6-month rollout for me. Like I always plan how I like to plan it is this month we do this, this month we do this. So like we started radio in April. We were on radio April, May, June, July, 4 months. You know, we started our ads in February. We run them all the way up into probably the end of July. 6 months of ads.
So next year, what we have to do is you have to have a specific Gospel on the Green podcast.
That'd be crazy.
You have to have it.
Okay.
And meaning
you're gonna produce it.
Well, but the press run that you have, it has to include your own Gospel on the Green podcast. That means you and whoever goes guest you have on there or co-host talking about leading up to this event.
Yeah.
And then during the event, you can even have backstage the Gospel on the Green podcast. When Fred Hammond or whoever comes, or before he goes on stage or after he comes off stage, he comes on and talks on the podcast.
Yeah. And we can put all that into the contracts. Yeah. That's another thing I'm learning is the negotiation process of dealing with artists. Like that is so brilliant because once you get the relationships, 2 of my artists from this year I booked through one person. Because once I always get, like, say for instance, once I booked Tim Rogers and the Fellas, then I asked his manager, "Hey, you got plugs with any other artists that you working with?" "Oh yeah, I'm connected with so and so and so and so, and then so and so my people." And then I'm learning, okay, I need Fred Hammond. Let me talk to Fred Hammond's manager.
Wow.
Then I'll call him and say, "Hey, I just booked Tim. I just got off the phone with that manager," because then that makes them know, okay, he if they
got
booked,
a relationship.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm like, I just talked to so and so, got your number from them, versus me having to go through these booking agencies, versus me having to go through social media and all that.
Wow.
The direct phone call, and it's like, "Oh, okay, I know so and so. Yeah, they told me to call you. I'm interested in booking. I just booked them for Saturday, and I want you to headline. Y'all available?" You know what I'm saying? Because so now it's like, well, if Jesse and RC is friends and we both got 2 artists, if an artist call me and say, "Hey, I just booked Jesse," what you think the first thing I'm gonna do? When I get off the phone with them, I'm gonna call you and say, "Hey, they good?
Right, exactly.
Money good?"
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's the question.
Yeah.
And then they gonna say, "Oh yeah, I know Rob, blah 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 blah," and then they gonna call back, "Yeah, we good for that date. Send this," and we lock it in. It's really that easy.
That's crazy.
Ty wasn't that easy though.
Ty wasn't?
No, they had me on ice.
Wow.
Well, because he was going on tour. So, like, they had to wait until the tour dates roll out. And then they was able to say.
So, this is a part of his tour date?
No. Their tour got canceled.
Oh.
Their tour got canceled. And he was supposed to be on a tour with Tamala Man and all them. And then the tour got canceled. But I already had them booked outside of the tour anyway. Because the tour was supposed to end in July. My date was in August. So then we had to go through the specifics of, what it's gonna cost.
This is something that I probably could never do. I don't know, maybe I could, but I got to give it to you as far as like the dedication that you put in throughout the years. The first year when you thought, okay, this is a lot, but then you go to so much the next year, and then now you at the Lucas County Fairgrounds the year after that. Now it's getting even get bigger. It's like you put so much on yourself, but I think the reason why it seems so easy because this is something that God gave you to do.
Yeah.
So outside of yourself and your family, other people are like, man, RC is like, that's a lot, but he make it look so easy.
I enjoy doing it.
You enjoy doing it.
I enjoy
That's
doing
why.
It. Yeah.
Because you never see you posting like, oh my God, this is so much work.
No,
I never get a call like, oh my God, I'm
be
dying
so
here. I'm dying. Like, no, yeah, this is
when I lock somebody in, I'll be lit. I'll be going to my wife like, what you think about this lineup? Like I'm sitting down at the table with the notebook, like jotting down and like, you know what I'm saying? Yep. And then I got my fingers crossed. Man, I hope they.
So it's work, but it's not work to you. It don't feel like work.
No.
Yeah, that's what makes it great. That's what makes you great at it.
This is the thing. Ministry shouldn't feel like work, even though it is. But it shouldn't feel like it shouldn't be a strain to do what God put you on this earth to do.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So I know musically, it's just a different part that I'm giving at this moment.
You got like 10 minutes left.
Yeah, I got a 1:30, but it's cool. So musically, you know, I was the musician at one point, the songwriter, the producer, but now it's like, okay, this is another part of where God's taking me now.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with extending your branch and diving into another field, which is still a part of the same thing that you've been doing. Like, I love media. Yeah. So anything to do with media, that's radio.
Especially when it's good media.
Good media. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm in it. I'm going to be a part of it.
Yeah,
I'm going to help somebody. I'm always suggesting, hey, you need to do this. You need
every
to
artist I bring, I'm a fan of too.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love everybody. Like everybody that we got, I'm fans of. Mm-hmm. Everybody who know me know Kiki is one of my favorite singers. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like she's the best Clark. That's my personal opinion, even though I know she's a share. But I'm just saying, like, from that lineage, I feel like vocally she's the best. That's just my opinion. My wife thinks Karen is. I'm like, no. Kiera got it.
Karen, that's her mama.
Yeah, my wife live and die by Karen, but I'm like, no.
Is she still on that? What was that album that Karen did?
You talking about the live one?
Yeah,
with Bob McGilliard one.
Kiki was a kid.
Singing on there. Yeah.
That's the live one. Is she still like on that album? Like, that's the best album that
my wife still to this day listens to. My kids know Bob McGilliard.
Wow. Wow. I mean, it was a dope album. It was.
Yeah. That's not my favorite Karen album.
It's not?
Second Chance is my favorite.
Oh, okay.
But because of the production and everything, like, it's different reasons.
Yeah.
But
so,
and I like The Heavens Are Telling. That album was crazy.
What album?
The Heavens Are Telling. Yeah, that album crazy.
When that's
another live album, probably like 2006, 2007, somewhere around there. Okay. Crazy.
So I know we got to wrap this up, but before I let you go, this is something I like to ask my guest. It's about gratitude. Like, I'm always thinking about gratitude every morning. No matter what I do, I give gratitude to God about my life. Yeah, my having a house, having my kids, my family, friends, the gifts that He's given me. Like, every morning, it's been years since I haven't prayed every morning.
Yeah, just being grateful.
Yep. What are 3 things that you absolutely grateful for?
My family, number one. Like, my wife and kids. I don't put nothing before them. Like, family. And I'm my lineage, like having my kids. You know, my wife and family. Right. Surrounding family, but I'm just being specific.
Right.
You know? Gifts, of course, because they make you. Your gift is what make you who you are.
Yeah. What they say, the gifts that God gives you makes room
for you, for sure. And a servant's heart. Those are the 3.
The company's big.
Yeah. The company
it plays a big part in everything that you do. Yeah. The clients.
Yeah. Everybody who like wake up every day and pull up to the office, pull up to the to these homes and actually trust. Because I always tell my staff, like, you can go work anywhere. Like, I think it's fire that you choose to work here. Mm-hmm. I always show my appreciation for that. So those would probably be the three: my family, my gifts, and
well, I'm grateful for you for stopping by here. I never have people in my house. Seriously.
Come on, man. I'll come over here and stay tonight.
I mean, you could. You got a couple of extra spare bedrooms.
Yeah, man.
But you family to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I appreciate you. I appreciate everything that you do. And I appreciate you inspiring me to keep doing what I do.
Yeah.
Because you do.
You should, though.
You do, though.
Don't get me started on you.
You do, though. You do. You inspire me.
Your value is limitless.
There's times to where I get a phone call like, "You good?
Yeah.
Like, you all right? Like what are you doing? Yeah.
Where you at, dude?
Right. So, but I appreciate those phone calls, those text messages that you give me, and
absolutely.
I appreciate you, RC, just for the person that you are and what you do.
Thank you, man.
So thanks for
likewise too, man.
Hey, man, I
like having you around, man.
I try to be around.
No, you like to be the ghost. I'll be like, dude, where you at?
I gotta disappear sometimes.
So I'm gonna find you.
Right, you always do. All right, Joe.